is currently speaking.
If you read the amendments, there is a much more definite obligation on the intermediary in terms of making efforts, that the intermediary has to make efforts that no unlawful content is posted on the platform. And in the broad category of obligations on the intermediary to follow, we have added misinformation under 3B5. 3B5? Yes, 3B5. So I draw your attention to that as well, that the internet cannot be and the intermediary should not be party to not just unlawful content, illegal content, pornography, content that is detrimental to national security, but intermediaries cannot be and should not be party to any deliberate misinformation as content on their platforms. And I will explain that. I'm sure you have questions on that, and we'll take that up. Misinformation is not just about media. Misinformation is about advertising illegal products and services that range from porn to online betting. That is also misinformation. Misinformation is also in the fintech community, misrepresenting products or services. And of course, misinformation also refers to false information about a particular person or a particular entity. That is number one. The second set of amendments relate to the fact that India is a constitutional republic and democracy. And Articles 14, 19, and 21, these have come up during the consultations, as you recall, that some intermediaries believed or believed mistakenly that their guidelines and their rules and their operating, let's say, whatever, community guidelines, whatever they refer to that, supersede the constitutional rights of 14, 19, and 21. The rules make it very clear that regardless of where your jurisdiction is, if you are providing a service to an Indian citizen, then Article 14, 19, and 21 cannot be diluted or ignored. The third aspect of the amendment is the fact, and as some of you and most of you have heard this during the consultation, that the grievance redressal mechanism that we had left to the intermediaries to manage by simply prescribing the need to appoint a grievance officer is broken, is not functional. And we have millions and lakhs of messages in the government as testimony to that, to make sure that the grievance redressal mechanism functions and that the core principle of accountability is maintained and is intact and is strong and is strengthened. We have talked about a Grievance Appellate Committee here where consumers and citizens and digital nagriks who are unhappy with or find that the grievance redressal mechanism by the intermediary is not responsive enough can appeal to the GSE, which will be a digitally hosted platform. We will start with maybe one or two of those GSEs, and it will proliferate as the need for that expands. There is a question from the industry on the GSE on whether this can morph into a self-regulatory organization. And I have said this before, and I say now the government is not really interested in playing the role of an ombudsman here. It is not something that we have the capacity and capability to do, but this is a responsibility we are taking reluctantly, because currently the grievance redressal mechanism is not functioning as it should be, and the accountability promise that we have made to the citizens of India is not being met. Apart from these three amendments, I just want to broadly share with you and through you to the citizens of India and of course the intermediaries and all of those who are on the internet, that the government is wanting to work with the intermediaries work with all those companies who are on the internet, big and small, Indian and foreign. We want to work in a partnership model to ensure that our common collective objective of a safe and trusted internet for all our Indian citizens and digital nagriks is met. Our mission is that. And so therefore, this is not about making it difficult for anybody. This is not for making it difficult for selecting or targeting any company. This is really what should be a collective mission for all the stakeholders of the internet, which
Minister of State in the Government of India, Rajeev Chandrasekhar, addressing a press conference on the new social media rules that the government has promised, and said that grievance redressal panels will be made soon within a period of 3 months, also talking about the core principle of accountability there. On that note, it's a wrap on this bulletin. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.